Welcome to all. Let us today discuss what are dyes and the preparation, classification and applications. I am Dr.R. Babykala, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of Chemistry, Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College, Triphenyl. Dyes are nothing but colored organic compounds normally used in solution to impart color to various substances like fabric, cloth, paper, plastic, leather, hair, drugs, cosmetics. Example for some of the dyes are malachite green, indigo. What are the characteristic qualities for a good true dye? A dye should be a colored substance. It should be able to fix itself to the fabric. It should resist the action of soap, detergents and water. The color must be fast towards light. Next, let us see what is a chromophore. The color of an organic compound is mainly due to the presence of certain groups known as chromophores. Some of the chromophoric examples: Nitro, azo. Chromogen. What is a chromogen? The organic compound which contain these chromophoric groups is called as chromogen. Chromogens containing only one chromophore are usually yellow in color. Depth of the color increases with the number of chromophores. Oxochromes. Certain groups which do not produce colors themselves but are capable of deepening the color when present in a molecule together with the chromophore. They are called as oxochromes. Their presence is necessary to make the chromogen a dye. For example, hydroxyl, alkoxy, amino. Next, let us see how dyes are classified. Dyes are classified mainly upon three types based upon the source material in which they are available and based upon the chemical structure and the mode of applications. First, let us see based upon the source from which they are available. Natural dyes. These dyes are obtained naturally from plants and animals. From plants, it also includes fungi, lichens. Example of these dyes are indigo dye from the stem and leaves of indigo. Alizarin dyes from roots. Next, based upon the chemical structure, these can be classified as several types. First, let us see about azo dyes. These dyes contain one or more azo group in its organic molecule. Example, aniline yellow. Next, nitroso dyes. They contain a nitroso group as a chromophore. Nitro dyes. These dyes contain nitro group as the chromophore. Example, picric acid. Phthalate dyes. These dyes are obtained when phthalic anhydride with phenol in presence of dehydrating agents. Example, phenolphthalein. Xanthine dyes. These dyes are derived from xanthine. Example, fluorescence. Triphenyl methane dyes. These dyes contain triphenyl methane group. Example, malachite green. Anthraquinone dyes. These dyes contain anthraquinone nucleus, example alizarin. Based on the mode of application, it can be classified as direct dyes. Direct dyes are nothing but these are used for dyeing the fabrics directly or known as direct dyes. These dyes are used to dye wool and silk. Example, Congo red, Mauritius yellow. Modern dyes. These dyes cannot dye animal and vegetable fibers directly. Such dyes need the presence of a substance known as mordant. Commonly used mordants are hydroxides or some basic salts of chromium, iron or aluminium. These dyes are used to dye wool, silk, cotton. Example, alizarin. It gives red color with aluminium salt, brownish red tone with chromium mordant. These are some of the examples of modern dyes, that is copper mordant, chrome mordant. Ingrain dyes. These dyes are water insoluble azo dyes which are formed on the fibers. The dyes to be dyed is first soaked in alkaline solution of phenol and dried. It is then immersed in a cold alkaline solution of diazonium salt. Complete reaction takes place within the fabric. Example, para red. Van dyes. These dyes are also insoluble in water, but they reduce to form colorless, soluble in dilute alkali. Colored dye to colorless dye. The reduced form is called as leucoform. Bad dyes are used to dye cotton and are very fast because of their insolubility in water. Applications of dyes. Dyes are used by textile industries for clothing coloring. Dyes are used for intravital coloration of cells, staining tissues and microorganisms, and they are also used as antiseptics and germicides and some as stimulants of epithelial growth. Some of the dye pigments are used for coloring paint, ink, plastics, fabric. Fabric dyes are used in textile industries, cosmetics, food, and other material. Methylthioneum chloride, commonly called as methylene blue, is a salt used as a dye and as a medication. Thank you.